If you've ever looked at your to-do list and thought, there is just too much of this, and then had that quieter thought underneath it, I get the feeling other people have worked out how to get AI to help them, but I haven't. And welcome to the Sovereign Career Hub. I'm Carolyn Shepherd, and this is the first episode of a new series of videocasts. Here is what it's for. AI is going to do more and more of the work you do today. This series helps you get genuinely good at using it and, just as importantly, helps you stay in charge of your own career while everyone around you is handing bits of theirs away without thinking about it. The key is to use AI well. If you've been following the series so far, you've heard me talking with lots of professionals who are all having different experiences with AI, and I hope that it's been helpful to you. One thing that I've really felt throughout the whole series so far is that people are keen to stay sovereign over their working life. So I thought it would be great if we could focus on putting some of that into practice. And every episode will do two things. First, the practical how to, real tools in the software you already use, Microsoft all the way actually, shown by people who genuinely know how to use these tools. No hype, no jargon, just how to actually do the thing you need to do. Second, the thinking layer. I feel very much more comfortable with that, to be honest. Once you can do it, the sharper question is whether you should and what you do with the time it gives back. And that is where Jobscaping comes in. So you always leave with something you can use on Monday morning and something worth thinking about for the longer game. Where Jobscaping is right now is mapping the work into 3 zones. You take what you actually do, you lay it out as a line of tasks, and you label each one of them. Zone 1 is green. We call it Z1 for ease. This is the work you delegate to AI, the repeatable, automatable tasks, the ones AI can simply just take off your plate that you don't want to handle. Zone 2 is amber. Guess, yeah? Okay. It's Z2. This is the work where you collaborate with AI. I personally really enjoy this Z2 work. You stay hands-on. AI works alongside you, and together you produce something better than either of you could alone. Zone 3 is red. And of course, it's Z3. This is the work you keep for yourself and deliberately protect. You're protecting it from AI, the human-only tasks, the essence of the work you do. So that's the map. Green you hand over to AI, amber you share with AI, and red you protect and guard from AI. Your first step before next week then is you don't need any new tools to do this. Write down everything you do in a typical week. Don't change anything yet. There's no need. And don't judge it. Don't get into the weeds with it. Just get it out of your head and onto the page. That list is your raw material. You may want to use Copilot to help you put that page together. That's fine. It knows what you're doing a lot of the time. Ask it to analyze the work that you've been doing in the last month and to tell you what your main tasks are. It's your raw material, and everything in this series works off it. If you manage a team, park this thought for later. You can run this exact same exercise with them, and it becomes a genuinely powerful session. But start with your own work first. Sovereignty is personal, it begins with you. Next week, that green zone is going to really matter because it's your Z1, Zone 1 work. It's the stuff that you want to automate, to give to AI. That green zone, Z1 work, it's not just a color on a chart. It's the stuff that you delegate. It's a shopping list. Those are precisely the tasks that you can hand to an AI agent, so they get done without eating your day. If you'd like any more help with how to identify which are your green zone and amber and red, check the show notes and there will be some help in there. In the meantime, why Microsoft and why Valerie? Well, here's a simple truth. Most organizations are, of course, using Microsoft. Most of us open Microsoft tools the moment we sit down at work. So if this series is going to be genuinely useful to you, it has to meet you where you already are. That's why next week I couldn't be more pleased to be joined by Valerie Merrill. She's a dear friend, and much more than that she has built her career right at the point where IT and AI and the Microsoft tools we all use meet the actual people who have to use them. She's a fellow of the Learning and Performance Institute and sits on its community council. She's a speaker and an award-winning podcaster on learning and development, and through her own company, Merrill Consultants, she has earned a reputation for training that genuinely goes the extra mile. In other words, she's not just deeply skilled with these tools, she is brilliant at making them make sense to the rest of us. She knows this territory far better than I do, and she kindly took up the challenge. So next week, Valerie will take that green zone work and show you on screen and step by step how to hand it to Microsoft's agents. Before she does, let me give you 2 quick words so nothing trips you up. Chat or agent. That's worth dwelling on for a minute. This is one of the simplest rules I can give you. Why not use the chat assistant instead of an agent, you might ask yourself? Well, if it's a one-off, use chat because, it might be complete overkill to use an agent for it. But if you find yourself repeatedly asking the same question and needing a repeated, consistent type of output, agents will do the job. You set it up once, and from then on, it does that job for you the same way every time. And the consistency is the whole point. An agent gives you a consistent result for anything that you repeat. There is a further distinction between an agent you run yourself on demand and several agents chained together. They can run a whole process on their own, even when you're not there. You've heard about that, where you're sleeping and your agents are doing the work. Well, don't worry about that yet. Valerie will show you exactly where that line sits inside the Microsoft tools, and that will be far clearer than any definition I can give you right now. Next week, Valerie will walk you through the ready-made agents Microsoft has already built. The ones sitting right there in the tools you use every day on the left-hand menu, and you're wondering, why can't I use those, or what are they all about? She'll show you how to find them, what they can do, and just how easy they are to switch on. And yes, you will get real productivity from this. You will get time back. Productivity is where we start, because once AI is doing more of your work, the question stops being just which zone does this task go in, and it becomes something that matters a great deal more to you personally. Because if AI can do so much of what you do, what is it that makes you worth keeping? Well, you know the answer, and Jobscaping will help bring it into focus. Handing the routine work to AI is not the goal, but it is a necessary part of the world in which we live. It's how you buy back the room and the space to be more of what only you can be. And that's what staying sovereign over your career actually means in practice on an ordinary Wednesday. So this week, write down everything you do. Next week, Valerie Merrill shows you how to hand your green zone stuff to Microsoft's agents. To make your life easier and the line to keep in your head the whole way through, well, that's map your work, hand the green stuff to AI, and protect the red stuff. Join us next week when Valerie takes you inside Microsoft's most powerful ready-made agents and shows you exactly how to put them to work. And in the meantime, please subscribe to the Sovereign Career Hub on Substack so that every new walkthrough lands with you the moment it goes live. I'll see you next week. Stay sovereign.